1 Kings chapter 16. Then the word of the Lord came to Jehu, the son of Hanani, with a message against Baasha. Even though I raised you from the dust and made you a leader over my people Israel, you chose to follow the path of Jeroboam, leading my people into sin and angering me with their transgressions. I will bring about the downfall of Baasha's descendants, just as I did with the house of Jeroboam, Nebat's son. The dogs will devour those who die in the city, and the birds of the air will feed on those who die in the fields. The complete account of Baasha's actions and his strength is recorded in the chronicles of the kings of Israel. Baasha passed away and was laid to rest in Tirzah. His son Elah succeeded him. The prophet Jehu, Hanani's son, also delivered the word of the Lord against Baasha and his house, condemning them for all the evil they committed in the Lord's sight. This was due to their provocation of the Lord's anger through their actions, mirroring the actions of Jeroboam. The prophet also mentioned that Baasha killed Jeroboam. In the 26th year of Asa's reign in Judah, Elah, Baasha's son, assumed the throne of Israel in Tirzah. He reigned for 2 years. During this time Zimri, the captain of half of Elah's chariots, plotted against him. While Elah was getting drunk at Arza's house in Tirzah, Zimri entered, struck him down, and took over the throne. This occurred in the 27th year of Asa's reign in Judah. As soon as Zimri took power, he executed all members of Baasha's house. He spared none, whether kin or friend. This fulfillment of the Lord's prophecy through the prophet Jehu against Baasha and his house came to pass. This was a consequence of the sins committed by Baasha and his son Elah, leading Israel into transgression and provoking the Lord's anger with their vain idols. For more details about Elah's reign and actions, refer to the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. Zimri briefly reigned over Israel for 7 days in Tirzah, during the 27th year of Asa's rule. The people, stationed at Gibbethon, heard that Zimri had conspired against and killed the king. In response, all of Israel proclaimed Omri, the captain of the host, as king on that very day in the camp. Omri and the people besieged Tirzah after leaving Gibbethon. Upon realizing that the city had fallen, Zimri entered the king's palace, set it ablaze, and died in the flames. Zimri's death was a consequence of his sins, as he committed evil in the Lord's sight, following the path of Jeroboam and leading Israel into sin. For more details about Zimri's treason and actions, consult the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. As a result of these events, Israel split into 2 factions. Half of the people supported Tibni, Ginath's son, for the kingship, while the other half followed Omri. Omri's supporters ultimately prevailed, leading to Tibni's death and Omri's ascension to the throne. In the 31st year of Asa's reign in Judah, Omri began his rule over Israel, reigning for 12 years. He spent the first 6 years of his reign in Tirzah. Omri acquired the hill Samaria from Shemer, paying 2 talents of silver. He then built a city on the hill, naming it Samaria after Shemer, the original landowner. Omri's actions were wicked in the Lord's eyes, surpassing the evil deeds of those before him. He followed in the sinful footsteps of Jeroboam, causing Israel to sin by embracing empty vanities and provoking the Lord God of Israel to anger. For a comprehensive account of Omri's deeds and his strength, see the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. Omri passed away and was interred in Samaria. His son Ahab succeeded him. Ahab took the throne in the 38th year of Asa's rule over Judah and reigned for 22 years in Samaria. Ahab's actions were exceedingly wicked, surpassing the sins of those who ruled before him. He not only followed in the sins of Jeroboam but also married Jezebel, the daughter of Ethbaal, the king of the Sidonians. Ahab served Baal and worshipped him. Ahab erected an altar for Baal within Baal's house in Samaria and constructed a sacred grove. His provocations against the Lord God of Israel were greater than those of any previous king of Israel. During Ahab's rule, Hiel the Bethelite rebuilt Jericho. He laid its foundation using his firstborn son, Abram, and set up its gates using his youngest son, Segub, in accordance with the words spoken by Joshua, Nun's son, under the Lord's command.